Hey YouTube peeps, welcome to another edition of Will's Game Corner. As always, I'm your host, TrueWRealDeal. Now, for today's game that I have for you guys is Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Now, reason why I'm reviewing this game is because, well, I've played it recently, obviously, and reason why I'm doing reviewing a racing game is because, for those of you guys that don't know, I love racing games. If you couldn't tell by my reviews for Forza Horizon 1 and 2. So yeah, as for this game in general, even though I love racing games, this one is, I wouldn't even consider a good racing game. Just, I don't know, there's multiple things really that I could cover about this, but really I want to keep this a short episode of Will's Game Corner, so I'll just cover what I can. But anyways, so first off, for this game in general, obviously a lot of games have motives. For racing games, your motive is to become the best racer, best driver, etc., so on and so forth, in that general area of things, per se. As for this game, motives are basically the same, but there's two motives. One is to become the top most wanted driver within this game. Number two is to become the top dog of the police force within this game, because for Hot Pursuit, this particular Need for Speed game is where you basically can either choose whether to play as the illegal street racer, or you could play as the vigilante cop that takes down the illegal street racers. And basically, how the game goes, it goes like per, I don't know, it puts you around different places around this particular island, where there's a various amounts of different races and or spots where racing is going on to where you need to stop it. So now I will say that this game is open world, but in terms of its the main point to the game is not towards its open world area, but rather more is just a little HUD, a little main menu HUD that shows you a list of different missions that you can play for, per se, like I don't know, like a time trial type racing, or just street racing in general, or just trying to escape from the cops and be the last one to survive the onslaught, or something like that. And then of course for like the police side of things, trying to stop the illegal street racers, trying to ram into them, as well as trying to get to the finish line in time to block off and finish off the barricade for to stop an illegal street racer or whatever. There's those kinds of missions, and really, I like that kind of style of stuff for like racing, but that's not what kind of upsets me. It's not what disappoints me. What disappoints me is, well, for a big reason, is that this is almost an exact copy of a previous Hot Pursuit game that EA has made, which is Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. Now, of course, there's one before it known as Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, which is for the PlayStation, of course. As for Hot Pursuit 2, same thing, which either the PlayStation or the PlayStation 2, I can't remember where Hot Pursuit 2 comes from, but this is its more recent version of it. And for this, like I said, it's kind of like almost an exact copy for Hot Pursuit 2. And the reason why I say that is because I've played a lot of Hot Pursuit 2, like back in my childhood days, because I used to own that game. And really, I can remember I can fairly remember like a lot of like the features of off that game and some of the stuff that you do. And from what I can remember of it is basically almost as similar to this, almost exactly similar to this. Even it's just the matter of that this is more newer. There's a lot newer cars. There's more cars probably. But in terms of like features that you use for this game, for the series in general, are exactly the same. Like for controlling and becoming a part of the police force, you get, of course, different little gadgets to help you stop the illegal street racers, such as like EMP beams that you can shoot at directly at the vehicles as long as you're right behind them directly. You can set up barricades and stuff like that, and like tire spikes and just a whole bunch of different things. The same with the illegal street racing type of things. Those also have their perks, which has quite similar perks even. I'm pretty sure there's a couple different ones prior to the police force area of things, but still yet it's completely the same in my eyes, really. Now you can go and try to check it out for yourself whether or not these are the same. I'm quite almost 100% sure that this is exactly the same as Hot Pursuit 2. But yeah, but however, I won't judge it by that. I won't judge it by that too much. But as for everything else for this game, really, from the way I see it, it's unplayable, really. You can beat it, sure. It's possible to beat it, but it's really, really damn difficult. And it shouldn't even be that difficult considering it's a racing game. For one reason being why it's so damn difficult to beat this is because first off, you're only racing through oncoming traffic, so you're literally going on highways racing and trying to dodge and bob and weave through traffic to get to the finish line. And you cannot crash, and if you do crash, then you have a way heck of a long road in order to get first in every single race, pretty much. So yeah. Now also, I'm not saying that as for the time trial areas for this game, the times are fair, which for those, those are not too difficult. But it's just in terms of just the racing area of things, which is the big important key. In order to have a good racing game, you really need to work on trying to make things a lot easy to maneuver around, so that way you don't crash as much in comparison to, for example, this game. For this game, I could play it, and like not even 1 second in, I could crash into a truck or something like that. Or maybe I can even hit a guardrail and I can instantly crash or something like that. Like I said, the cars are very easily fragile in this game. And not to mention that they are incredibly fast, more faster than your average car in real life. Well, in terms of their real life predecessors, such as like the Lamborghini, or Lambo, or whatever. Like the Lamborghini in real life I think the fastest speeds for a Lambo is about, I can't remember exactly, it's either 200 something. I really don't know, to be honest. I used to remember these things, but it's been a long time. So, um, but in terms of this game, in terms of like playing, driving the Lamborghini, it is really damn fast. Okay, that's why I'm just putting it as really. Um, it feels like that you're going at like Mach 3 speed. It's almost to the point of like the speed of sound even. Um, so that in a case, in a sense, that is pretty damn fast for a vehicle, for any vehicle in that case, other than maybe a rocket ship or a plane maybe. But for a car, just a supercar even, that is ridiculous. Not even the fastest car in the world that is considered a supercar is not even that fast. Which I don't even know what the fastest car in the world is now, considering that after the B.B.A.W or the Nissan GT. So yeah, so I really don't even know exactly what the fastest supercar in the world is at right now. So I don't know. You got me. But nonetheless, like I said, these cars are very damn. They're too damn fast for their own good, especially in a game to where you're literally trying to maneuver traffic. You're trying to dodge traffic and not crash. Okay, so in terms of having a fast car and trying to bob and weave through traffic, not a good combo. Not at all. Not even the slightest. It's like, just to put it out an example of what's a good example for to bob and weave through traffic and have kind of like a good car to at least dodge it is Forza Horizon. For some of the races for that, for some of the races of that, you have to do some like illegal street racing and stuff like that. At least there's a minimum of traffic on the road, on the open world roads, and to the point the cars don't even feel like they're like super incredibly fast. They feel like that they're at their right pace, which even technically not really, but it still feels like that you're actually racing instead of getting souped up on a freaking rocket car. So yeah. But in addition, despite its incredibly fast speeds for these vehicles are also very, very incredibly slidey, which is a very bad thing, considering once more you're trying to dodge traffic, and if you make a wrong turn, well, not necessarily a wrong turn, but even if you make the slightest turns, it'll turn you like on the other side of the road, basically. And even like trying to drift is nearly impossible to accomplish unless if you're got a clear road in front of you. Then it's possible to drift, but in terms of like trying to drift around the traffic and everything like that is absolutely almost impossible. So yeah, that's all I have to really say about the cars for this. But also in addition, there's load times in this. I mean, not saying that load times are not that bad, but load times in this game are repetitive because there's load times that are unnecessary every time you're restarting. I'm pretty sure there's a couple of Need for Speed games out there that doesn't have load times, or even if they do have load times, they're just like really quick, just like that. But in terms of load times, like for this, it takes almost about a minute to before you can get back onto, say if you're restarting a race, you're going to try again. Like I said, it almost takes like a minute, maybe even 30 seconds. I don't know. But it still takes a long damn time for it to load before you can get back into the race. It's like, for me, that is a big issue because for like load times, if I want to restart, because in terms of racing games, I'm absolute completionist, and I want to complete every single race in first place and get whatever I can, and basically become the best driver within that racing game. And for, and I want to try to do that as fast as I possibly can. In terms of load times, for this, it's like, I just want to play the damn game. Not sit there and just drink a cup of milk or something like that, or I don't know. But, yeah. It's just, a racing game should be, you just jump right into it and not wait at all for anything. The only time that you should wait in terms of racing game is for the 3, 2, 1 go. That's about it. In terms of anything else, no, you shouldn't have to wait for it. So yeah, load times are absolutely repetitive for this game. Now, in my conclusion for this, because I've talked about enough for this game, so it's really, like I said, it's not really a good racing game. Really, a whole lot of the Need for Speed games are not very good. There's about a few I can count that is okay, but in terms of a lot of them, nah. But if I had to give this a rating, for fairly, probably maybe a 4.5 out of 10. I mean, I would probably go lower than that, as to maybe a 3 at the least. But once more, I have to give this a fair rating. So that's what I have to say about that. And would I recommend it? Not really. I mean, if you're one of those hardcore players out there, and likes to challenge yourself, and or just in general just likes to play a hard ass game, well, there you go. There's your hard ass game for you. Because, like I said, it shouldn't even be difficult. It should be at least moderate in terms of like difficulty. But whatever. It's already released. There's nothing you can really do about it. It's just out there. So, but yeah. So that's my review for Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. If you guys, want to talk about the game or whatever, got any, things you want to say about the game, please leave them in the comments down below. I'd love to read them. So, with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode of Will's Game Corner. Stay tuned for the next one. Stay tuned for what comes next, and include this. I'm B.B.A.W. This is TrueWRealDeal, and I'll see you, beautiful people, next time. Peace out.